Welcome back to the STL Bucket List show.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our 52nd episode. I'm your host, Marissa Farrell.
And I'm your other host, Luke Farrell.
And so now we're at oh my gosh, I think 110K followers, which is just over, almost 3 years.
Marissa Farrell may be known as a kind-hearted English teacher inside of Parkway Central, but outside of the classroom, she has a whole other life. Her and her husband Luke started the incredibly popular brand STL Bucket List.
We went on a trip to Chicago, my husband Luke and I, and we found a similar account that was Chicago Bucket List. And that's how I planned our entire trip. So we always go to Chicago around spring break. So we found all these restaurants and things to do. And so when we came back, we were I wonder if there's anything like that in St. Louis. So when we were looking, there really wasn't anything like that. So that's kind of how it started. My husband and I, we moved to St. Louis 4 years ago. And so just we lived in the county. So living in the city as a young couple, we were what is there to eat? What's there to do?
The couple began to gain traction and grow their presence online.
We started the page, we were already taking pictures and sharing what we were doing. So it was just cool to kind of put it on the Instagram account, and then it just kind of blew up over time.
Farrell says she works more on the business over the summer, like writing blogs for the website.
I do a lot of our writing, so what you see on the websites, I've written some blogs, I'm an English teacher, so Luke will send me something and I'm oh my gosh, we have to touch this up.
And is now focused on giving back to the community.
Also, my other focus has been integrating more charitable work into our thing. So it's the Bucket List Gives initiative. So we're wanting to bring on a nonprofit every once a month for our podcast, and then we want to go and do the work with them. So our episode last month was the St. Patrick's Center, which is they take care of people without homes and give them clothes and food. So going to volunteer and serve lunch or something and clean out our closet and bring them stuff.
What started as the couple sharing their love for St. Louis has grown to become a beloved brand, but she still is a teacher first.
This school, this was my dream job. I wanted to work in the Parkway School District. I love the values that this district brings. I always make this really clear, this is my number one job. Teaching, it's my love, it's my first focus. So that's what I do first. But then when I get off of work, we have a podcast that we record on Tuesdays.
Farrell hopes her connections will be able to make a positive impact on the PCH community. She's planning on starting a young women's leadership club, and she hopes to connect PCH students with nonprofits they can get involved with. To follow STL Bucket List, scan this QR code that links to all their platforms. For now, Matthew Bird, PCH TV.